Salute when you see me. Put in the car to my runner, get to you speedy. Still thugging like the days when they weren't hearing my CD. Made it out of the trenches. Just salute when you see me. Yeah, salute when you see me. I'm getting greedy. I blow to her budget on me. That's on me. I'm conceited. Treaty. Nah, that ain't how we treat it. This right here sound like.
It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the 49ers and the reigning AFC champs coming up next.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here in KC as their beloved Chiefs took the field, and they are set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Mahomes now on first down. This one complete to Scott Miller. This defense for the Niners, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Play action, now it's Lance. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll go for it. Lance. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Lance. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Lance looking to throw it. And this is caught off the deflection. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to back him up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially. And it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Not the kind of game that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Javon Kinlaw able to drop him for a... Loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. We're scoreless after 1. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Returning it, John Ross. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Buying time to his left. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively at second down. On second down now, it's Mitchell, and he's going to get this one down to the 45. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Lance going to throw. Quickly into the hands of Beckham. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. To throw, it's Lance. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And Lance now to throw. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. From the gun, it's Lance. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he's got room. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there on the catch and run. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Always a pleasure.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So with the 3 interceptions. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with Travis Kelce. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's able to find Miller. And all the way in for the Kansas City touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 2. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now Ross to return. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. He's going to go up top again. It got his man, complete. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble.
The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Final shot before the half for Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a bit.
We now proceed to the start of the second half.
The final adjustments taking place here for both of these squads. They're about ready for the second half in Kansas City. And for the call, we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys will.
And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Niners are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Hardman to return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Butker now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line, and it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Back to the air on second down. It's Lance. And this one too low.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. Third down here.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance.
And now another one thrown incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number. Not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. Runs over it. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Mitchell. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the result, instead of the chip shot to tie, they turn the ball over on downs. In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
And that pickup on the 1st down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Mahomes now on 1st down. It's Kelsey on the ground. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 5.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and we have reached the 2-minute warning.
So Lance and the Niners down 17-14, just over 2 minutes to go.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Will Redmond. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On third down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
2nd and 10.
He's back to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here.
And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mahomes.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Mahomes.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
He's got the lane, and there he goes.
Is that it?
And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Mahomes to throw it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what